This is my best question. I want you guys to please help me with this. I actually have experience too. Can you list different ways that we can spend time with Jesus? Can you tell us the ways that we can practice prayer? So, like for me, praying in silence, quiet, listening. Those are the ways. But sometimes I just want to try to do what I was taught, and it doesn't really work. It makes prayer to be boring for me. But when I actually allow Jesus to lead me, actually yes, he gave me a description, like a dance between a man and a woman. He leads the dance. We just go along with how he. So when we come to prayer, we should not come having no, not we, but I don't come to prayer as having a set of list or what to do. I just allow Jesus to tell me how to dance, with him. Zachary, you go first. List. How? Give us some. Even in the past, how do you spend time with Jesus?
Okay, so how to spend time with Jesus. I will just clarify my comments on the list there earlier. I don't necessarily just pray a list and then I'm done. It's more like having a list of things to sit before the Lord in silence with, of if I can have a list of all my family members and my friends before me, then I can remember that I'm going to listen on how to love each of them. And okay, Lord, whatever you want to talk about, however you want to lead around this person, I'm open to it. And I feel like he's given me that list. So I totally agree with you on that. We don't need to come to the Lord with our things. It's about him. It's about Jesus. So how do I spend time with the Lord? I love spending time with the Lord thinking about Bible verses just over and over again. Just one verse, or with obviously worship and song is beautiful. Silence, like you said, I think is a beautiful part of being with the Lord, listening. Honestly, you also mentioned you said watching movies and you're oh, I should go pray. One of the most intense experiences I had with the Lord, I was at a movie theater in Toronto watching a movie with some friends, and around 1/3 of the way through the movie I sensed the Spirit, and I just was oh, I guess I'm not watching the movie anymore. And I was out of it with the Lord for 2 more hours. After the movie was done, they were dragging me by the hand around the city. I was I do genuinely enjoy a movie, but if it is going to remind me of the joy of the Lord even more so, then I love to just check out of whatever I'm doing that I enjoy and check into the Lord and focus in on him instead. Instead of treating them as two different things, but if one thing that brings me joy can point me to the Lord, then I'm all for that. Point me to the Lord and I'll be with him.
Yeah. Also to clarify, you can spend time with Jesus by taking a walk, even by driving your car. It does, even by when you're washing the dishes in the house. It does not really have to be it's still important to go to your room and lock the door, but you can spend time with Jesus. I have been taught how to pray without ceasing, and that's by God. Yeah. So, lists. How can we use worship? Do you have any other way that you talk to Jesus, that you communicate with him apart from worshiping?
Well, you've basically said almost everything. One of the ways I enjoy spending time with God is while driving. It's just a different atmosphere for some, especially because you're alone and you can scream, you can shout, you can do whatever you want. So it's just the best, not the best time, but one of the times I love spending time with God. And also, another way you can spend time with God is by reading books. Now, for me, I won't say I don't read books like that, but wait now. I really don't enjoy reading books per se, but another way you can encourage yourself is by listening to audiobooks, listening to sermons. It can be when you're driving, while you're doing chores. So that's another way we can encourage ourselves to spend time with God.
Thank you very much. Anybody from the audience? Let's see. Not yet. Okay, let's go to Percy. Yeah, Percy. List. Okay, don't give us a list. Tell us how you do it in your time with Jesus. Because I'm not always with you when you're at home. I want to know, how do you do it? How do you stay consistent for 20 minutes without stopping? Go.
First of all, I use worship God music, and through that music, from the words of it, I pray about it, and those prayers are actually what I've been going through. in my day-to-day life. And sometimes when the alarm goes off, I'm always like angry at myself, like, why did the alarm go off? I want to do more.
So I tell them this. I said that you guys should not don't look at the time, because looking at the time when you're praying, sometimes it's, oh, I have been praying for 10 minutes. Oh, no. But when you set an alarm on your phone, just pray. Don't look at your time. Just keep praying. You only stop when the alarm rings. So let us just go to Stadiola ways to spend time with God.
For me, same thing. I listen to music, but what I do is I listen to music that has no words in it, just the instrumentals. So Hillsong instrumentals, the guitar, the piano, things like that. That's what I do, and I just sit there and I close my eyes and I'm like, God, talk. I'm listening. That's what I do, basically.
Amen. So let's go to Staini. Yes, one more. How do you spend time with the Lord?
I feel like it's to be really intentional. My sister uses the word a lot. You have to be really intentional with your relationship with God. You have to be really intentional with your relationship with God. So even if you're like, walking, pray to God, like just speak to Him. To me, prayer is like communication, talking to your friend. God is our friend, He's our Father, He's our partner. So in anything we are doing, just talk to Him, driving, walking, reading, just talk to Him.